Hello, CLI Church family. This is Todd Smith. Oh, I hope y'all are doing well. I miss you guys so bad. Interesting times. I hope you are taking advantage of this time to be with your families, to rest, maybe do things around home, and definitely spend time in the Word with the Lord. We got plenty of time for that right now. I'm doing today's daily devotion. We're in the book of Colossians, chapter 1. Paul's purpose, I believe, is to show us that Christ is preeminent over everything, first and foremost over everything. And verses 15 and 16 that I'm reading, I think Paul is really describing who Jesus is. Verse 15, he is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn over all of creation. For by him all things were created that are in heaven and that are on earth, visible and invisible, whether thrones or dominions or principalities or powers. All things were created through him and for him. That is so awesome. There's nothing else. He created it all. A couple of key words stand out to me. The image of the invisible God. This is not the physical realm that our flesh first goes to, because we know he was made physically in the likeness of man. What we need to take from the word image that Paul means is God's character, God's nature, his actions. And we know Jesus gave us that perfect image of the Father's heart. So, second, the firstborn over all of creation. In biblical days, the Jews understood the term firstborn. It was referred to as a position of rank, a father's heir, first of importance, before all things, superior over all. So, firstborn over all of creation. That's awesome. Verse 16, for by him all things were created that are in heaven and that are in earth, visible and invisible. So, everything in heaven, which is spiritual and invisible, everything here on earth, which is visible and is physical, everything, rather thrones or dominions or principalities or powers. Now that covers so much. I'll tell you what comes to my heart. Those are levels of authority, physical and spiritual kingdoms. We know that all physical kingdoms are inferior to Christ, but all spiritual forces, rather angelic or demonic, are as well. I'm first reminded of the book of Ephesians 6:12. We hear the term principalities and powers a lot. And in Ephesians 6:12, it mentions specifically that they are different levels of authority in Satan's kingdom. So all these levels of authority God created. But understand and know first and foremost that even the spirits that are now demonic, they didn't start that way. They became that way. They were originally created for God's pleasure. He did not create them that way. So in closing, he finishes with all things were created through him and for him. Pretty much by Jesus and for Jesus. We sing a song at CLI it's one of my favorites. How great is the love. And one of the verses says, we were created for his pleasure. We were created for his presence. We were created for the purpose and the glory of his name. There's no better description than this verse here. I think Revelations 4:11 describes that so well. It says in this way, thou art worthy, O Lord, to receive glory, honor, and power. For thou hast created all things, and for thy pleasure they are and were created. So just know God created us for his pleasure. He loves us. It's for his glory. I hope that this devotion today blessed you. I hope you'll be encouraged by it. We are praying for one another, and I'm excited for the devotions that have come. And I just pray that you have a blessed evening. Thank you. Love you.